Mask mandates are coming to an end around the U.S., and while fully vaccinated San Diegans will have to wait until June 15th to ditch the masks, it's an exciting time for many. Yet for others, they are struggling with so-called post-COVID PTSD. Lead of the Trauma and PTSD Recovery Program at Mesa Vista Hospital, Eisenberg, joins us now this morning with more on this. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Glad you're with us here, Kim. So let's talk. Why is returning to this quote-unquote new normal going to be difficult for some people out there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for most people, even if we're overwhelmingly, incredibly excited about it. We've been in a state of prolonged shared trauma for over a year now, collectively, and people have internalized that in a lot of different ways. So the way it's going to shake out for us as we transition back to some semblance of normalcy is going to look really different from person to person.
What can people that feel like they may be struggling with some of the changes do?
It's a great question. And there isn't really a one size fits all. So I think the big thing is first to acknowledge for ourselves individually that the transition is going to be tough, even though it's a positive thing, and to really reflect on what ways it's showing up in our lives. So for some people, it might mean reaching out and asking for increased social support from family and friends and our network. For other folks, it might be really ramping up the self-care in terms of making sure that our physical well-being is really dialed in along with our mental and emotional health. For other folks, it might be seeking out professional assistance, even if it's just in the short term, to get a little bit of extra support.
Kim, there might be some people out there that are like, look, these things are opening. I'm excited to get back to normal. I don't feel like I'm gonna have any issues just getting back to the way life used to be. What do you say to those people, or is there some sort of issues they may not be understanding that they might experience throughout all of this?
Yeah, even for those of us, myself included, who are beyond excited, we might still get caught a little bit off guard with some emotions or even some physical sensations that are not necessarily congruent with where we feel like our heads are at. So we might wind up experiencing some anxious or panicky sensations going out in public, especially being out in public when we ourselves are unmasked or other people are unmasked for some of the first few times. Or we might find ourselves wanting to isolate and stay withdrawn. Even though the world is opening back up, we might feel a little bit inclined to hide out at home. And those kinds of reactions can be pretty unexpected, all things considered. So those would be some of the things that I would look out for, as well as just big emotions, maybe that don't really seem to track with kind of where it seems like logically you should be. So if you're feeling overwhelming sadness or overwhelming anxiety, things like that, when on the surface everything is great, those could be some of those unexpected responses.
Look, we know May is Mental Health Awareness Month here, and COVID-19 certainly has taken its toll on mental health in a lot of different ways. Substance abuse, suicidal thoughts. Is there a universal message you want to get out there?
I think going back to what I said initially, that we've been collectively sharing in this trauma together over this long suspended period of over a year, and to not put too much pressure on ourselves to handle this well. That, if we wind up struggling with some of the thoughts or behaviors that you just mentioned, that seeking professional help is absolutely indicated. And that's what folks like myself and all of the other fantastic clinicians at Mesa Vista and just in general throughout San Diego are here for, is to support you throughout this time. We're making it up as we go, but we also have a lot of really wonderful resources and support. And there are a lot of fantastic and accessible coping skills that we can help folks develop in a pretty short period of time to get things back to a reasonable baseline.
Someone watching right now that would appreciate that kind of help, where can you send them to?
Yeah, well, so firstly, I think if you're interested in Mesa Vista and any of the services that we have, which is a broad range of services, we're available at 858-836-8434. And then another fantastic resource if you're in crisis or not sure if you're in crisis or just need some guidance is the San Diego Access and Crisis Line, which is 888-724-7240. And both of those are 24/7. You
can also learn more by going to sharp.com. I know. All right. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it this morning.
Thank you for having me.